The wife of Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has revealed that she has not seen her husband since the beginning of the war with Russia. Olena Zelenska said she fled to a safe place in Ukraine with their children Kyrylo, 9, and Oleksandra, 17, after the presidential palace was converted into a military facility. In an emotional interview with Ukrainian Vogue, she admitted the family have been able to communicate with Mr Zelensky only by phone since Russia invaded the country on February 24. At the beginning there was no time for emotions, she told the magazine. In those first days I hoped that we might be able to stay with him. But the president's office had become a military facility, and my children and I were forbidden to stay there. We were ordered to move to a safe place if, in Ukraine, it is possible to find a safe place now. Since then, we have been communicating with Volodymyr only by phone. Camera icon Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky and his wife Olena Zelenska. Instagram was supplied. Camera icon Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky and his wife Olena Zelenska. Instagram was supplied. Mrs Zelenska, 44, was unaware the war had begun when she heard a clunk in the early hours of the morning and didn't immediately realize it was an explosion. She saw her husband of 18 years already dressed in a suit the last time he was seen in his usual work attire. It started, he told her. She said, "That's all he said. I wouldn't say there was panic. Confusion perhaps. What should we do with the children? Wait," he said. "I'll let you know. Just in case, gather essentials and documents." Mrs. Zelenska had to put on a brave face at the beginning of the war. It was necessary to take care of the children, their emotional states. "I tried to be confident, smiling, energetic," she said. "I tried to optimistically answer their question, 'When will we see Dad?' Soon." Camera icon Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky and his wife Olena Zelenska. Supplied. Camera icon Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky and his wife Olena Zelenska. Instagram was supplied. But she was reduced to tears a week after the invasion began. "I was phoning around to try to find out where my relatives were and whether they were alive," she said. "In one moment, I realized I didn't know if I would ever see them again, those I love, my beloved people. That was probably the first time I cried, the first time I let go of my emotions. I couldn't stand it." In the wide-ranging interview, she said the Russian tyrant Vladimir Putin had made a fatal mistake. "He wanted to divide us, to shatter us, to provoke internal confrontation, but it is impossible to do this with Ukrainians," she added. "When one of us is tortured, raped, or we feel that we all are being tortured, raped, or. And this is probably the fatal mistake of the tyrant who attacked us. We are all Ukrainians first, and then everything else. Your cookie settings are preventing this third-party content from displaying. If you'd like to view this content, please adjust your cookie settings. To find out more about how we use cookies, please see our cookie guide." Mrs. Zelenska appealed to people worldwide to treat refugees fleeing Russia's invasion kindly. "Ukrainians are the same as you, but just over a month ago our lives changed radically," she said. "Ukrainians did not want to leave their homes. They didn't plan on being refugees. So treat them as one of your own. Help them adapt, please home, work, school for children until they can return." She also criticized NATO's decision not to impose a no-fly zone over Ukraine, citing the of the Mariupol theater where 300. "We asked to close the sky above us so Ukrainians would not perish. But NATO considered this to be a direct conflict with Russia," she said. "So can I say Russia alone is to blame for further s. Russia knows the West will not cover the sky, and this fact encourages it to commit atrocities." She added, "The democratic world must be united and give a tough response, showing that in the 21st century, there is no place for civilians and encroaching on foreign territory." Daily Mail.